And another thing that he does is this story has such meaning to it, and it has such relevance to the modern day. When it comes to the words that you say and the actions that you do, and the story talks about Troy, about the Trojan horse, and how the guilt on Odysseus eats him alive a bit. That he's caused this chaos, this murder, this killing in the city of Troy. All because he's lied to get in there. A gesture of goodwill, of peace, waving that white flag in a sense, and then stabbing someone in the back. The guilt of that, and the realization of how that affects the world. And if one person disrespects your word, the trusting word, that society kind of collapses. Chaos comes around. There's so much importance to being able to trust the words that we say. And in this modern day, you've got people lying, you've got clickbaits, you've got people reeling you in and not delivering on the promises. And it's so relevant to today. It's so relevant that we're just taking advantage of every opportunity that we can, of people. To raise ourselves up, we push everyone else down. And that's how society and our culture of being human has sort of come into fruition. That's how it's happening, and it shouldn't be. And now the Odyssey doesn't push that on you. There's no woke bullshit in there that pushes this idea on you that you have to do this X, Y, Z. It's such a subtle way of pushing and getting a point across that it doesn't feel forced, that it inspires, that it sort of sways your morals. And that's what I love about films like this. Great films. They sway your morals. They open your eyes to a reality you're not really used to, or things that you're missing, things that you don't see and appreciate and realize. Thanks for watching. Thanks for clicking on the video. Just want to let you know I also upload this on Spotify. So if you want to give it a listen over there, check that out. And I do the best bits from each video on Shorts, TikTok and Instagram, so check those out as well. But yeah, enjoy. So today we're gonna talk about the Odyssey and give a little bit of a review for it, my opinion on it all, because I watched it last night, and what a phenomenal film. I mean, I think we all expected it to be as good. Just to let you know as well, there aren't going to be any spoilers. I'm not going to go into that much detail of everything to spoil it for you, because I know I would hate that. I know before watching this film, I'm limiting the amount I can watch because I don't want my feed to become the Odyssey and then things are ruined. So I get it. But this film, I think we all expect it to be great because it's Christopher Nolan, because of the way he approaches a project like this. And that's kind of what I want to talk about at first, is the meaningfulness behind his actions and creating films. You know, I was sat in the cinema, and you know cinemas are dying. It's a dying art to go to the cinema and watch something, because you can just stream something from home, not have to listen to someone chat over you, chat over the movie and interrupt things, and sometimes it's more of a pleasant experience. But sometimes there are those films that come out where you just have to go to the cinema and watch it, and you know a Christopher Nolan film is like that. I mean, I would have loved to watch it in the 70mm IMAX. There's only actually 3 in the country that show it, which one of my friends told me about, which is shocking. It's like, how the fuck? That's how special it is. And they're all booked up. They're all fully booked up for the next few weeks. So I'm gonna go and watch it again and hopefully get to watch it in the 70mm and see the difference. See what everyone's talking about, because it is a great film, and it is a great filmed film, if that makes sense. The cinematography in it is phenomenal, and we all know that Christopher Nolan doesn't use CGI, yet when you watch this film, you will not believe him. You will say he's cheating somehow. Some of the things you will see in this film are beyond belief, to say that these are real things. Obviously there's editing, things cut together, but the use of camera angles and animatronics and just the creativity to achieve what is achieved, you can't underestimate the guy. That's why I say you've got to turn up to every film that he does. You've got to go to the cinema for it. And sure, cinemas are a dying art, but they're not. I don't believe they're going to go away completely, because you're going to get films like this. You're going to get directors like this that are going to produce this sort of film where you have to watch it in a cinema. And this leads me on to AI, going away a little bit from the review, but this leads on to AI. Everyone's panicking over AI. Is it going to take our jobs? Is it going to make us less human? Is it going to destroy society? And I think this is a prime example of how it's going to just slot into society, how it can just work hand in hand with us to improve our life without taken away from us. And it's the insecurity of a human that makes this situation scary, because there's this competition to be at the top, and if we're not at the top anymore, what does that mean? And sure, there are dangers with it, copying things, taking people's voices, putting them over whatever, knowing what is true and what is not true. That can all be managed legally. There'll be ways, they'll figure it out. But when you're comparing movies with CGI, and you're comparing a Christopher Nolan film who doesn't use CGI, sure, he's got the budget, $250 million I think this cost. When you've got the budget, you can do these things. But I'm going to watch a Marvel film, which is heavily CGI. I'm going to watch these films that you know are unrealistic and still enjoy myself. And I'm going to watch a Christopher Nolan film knowing there is no CGI in it. And you're going to be amazed. Sure, it's not going to be so as big as a CGI film, the things that you can put in there. But I don't think this film would be as good if you slapped that label on that it was CGI. I think it would be an average film. It's a really great film. But the label of no CGI transforms it. Makes you look at it and go, how? Makes you appreciate the quality a lot more. And that's what's going to happen with AI and human created things. You're going to value human creation higher than AI. But AI is going to serve more of a general purpose. There are going to be more films with CGI than not CGI. There's going to be great films with CGI. There's going to be great things created and used with AI. But on the other side of the coin, you are still going to get man-made things that you're going to be in awe of, because the human is going to chase AI. The human, like in this film, chases CGI. How can we create this naturally? Because when you watch it, and I'm not kidding, I'm not joking, when you see some of the scenes, some of the things that are created in this film, the magic, the skill that is involved, you won't believe it. You'll go, there's no chance that he's done something, he's cheating somewhere. And what this sort of does, the quality and the meaningfulness, the attention to skill and attention to care and quality, should catch on. It should inspire. There's more meaning to it. There's more. I'm sat here and going, God, I want to do that. God, what a dream to have all that knowledge, to have all that skill, working with the teams that he works with to create this. I want to see behind the scenes. Now with a Marvel film, I don't really care about behind the scenes. I see clips and they're funny, and you see the big green screens and the sets and stuff like that. And the acting that goes on that you're in awe of, because the actor has put themselves in the situation, even though the environment isn't obvious to them how it should be. Yet a Christopher Nolan film, you sat there and you're watching it and you see how it's all going on. You're in that environment. And it just fascinates me, because there's this battle between, the world is having this battle between AI, between computers and technology, and just the natural. And this shows how the natural can be used to create such phenomenal art. It really raises the competition. I mean, you look at films like Obsession. We talk about the budget. Under $1 million. You talk about that budget and how that film, if you've not seen it, as another phenomenal film, you look at that and it's not a massive producer who's has all these accolades, who's been through the typical system. It's someone who's been creating content and figured stuff out and learned on the way and has created this amazing film. And you sit and you look and you start going, well, the big films are done. If this guy has created this great film, we don't need those big budgets. The people who get the big budgets and create crap films, well, they're done for. Again, that raises a skill. But then you've got the comparison between a budget of 250 million and a director who's got experience and talent and a team and ideas and this creativity, where you look back and you go, okay, now we're doing some serious shit. And going back to the cinema, being a dying art, everyone wants to get you into the cinema, and it is the fault of the directors, is a fault of the producers, of the script writers, of the actors, if cinemas shut. Because let's take Oppenheimer. I went and saw that film 3 or 4 times, I think it was. I've gone and I know what the film's about. And I know how it is, but you cannot recreate the experience you're having. And you've got to put more value on the experience. And it's only the people that create the films and create these sort of things that keep cinemas alive, keep going to the movies alive. And I think that's all it is. In the past, there are greater films, there are more iconic films that you want to go to the cinema and watch. And every time you go to the cinema and have a bad experience, watch a film where you go, it was all right, you don't want to turn back up. You want to be a bit hesitant. And the way to save that industry is make good shit. And the competition drives that forward. I mean, even me looking at this feels so silly. Sitting here, I know it's a different thing, but sitting here just talking to a camera. The lowest budget you can have. The lowest planning and scripting you can have. It's non-existent. And then you've got people like Christopher Nolan who are creating such art. Makes your work seem pointless, and that's how it should. Now, I'm not going to change, because this is the joy I experience. This is for me. And if you want to watch along, come along and watch. Listen to my thoughts. Have your opinions. Comment if I'm right or wrong. Chime in, whatever. The purpose is for me. This is all for me. But it makes everyone raise the bar and say, I've got to make something like that. I've got to make such arts, such creativity. I can't just sit here and botch this. I've got to, every little detail has to be perfect, because this is the competition we're talking about. And I don't think the Odyssey is going to win an Oscar. It might do, depends. Might be a bit early on. But if a film like that doesn't win the Oscar, what does? I mean, the acting of Matt Damon, of all these big names, Tom Holland, Zendaya, Robert Pattinson, all these big names in it, is phenomenal. And they're well used. That's what you notice in it. These are big names. There are big faces. That these faces have got to live up to something. But he doesn't put pressure on them. He uses them in such subtle ways. I mean, maybe that is because of the story. But it's such a creative genius how he uses the characters. He doesn't use their names to overpower the story. The story is the story, and these actors go with the characters. And it's clever. It's not panicking, it's not desperate. A desperate use of, we have to get these big names to get the views in there. No, you've got the big names and you use them appropriately for small roles that have a big impact in the story. Now, I might have no idea what I'm talking about. What the fuck do I know? I just watch films. But that's what it feels like. And another thing that he does is this story has such meaning to it. And has such relevance to the modern day. When it comes to the words that you say and the actions that you do, and the story talks about Troy, about the Trojan horse, and how the guilt on Odysseus eats him alive a bit. That he's caused this chaos, this murder, this killing in the city of Troy. All because he's lied to get in there. A gesture of goodwill, of peace, waving that white flag in a sense, and then stabbing someone in the back. The guilt of that, and the realization of how that affects the world. And if one person disrespects your word, the trust in word, that society kind of collapses. Chaos comes around. There's so much importance to being able to trust the words that we say. And in this modern day, you've got people lying, you've got clickbaits, you've got people reeling you in and not delivering on the promises. And it's so relevant to today. It's so relevant that we're just taking advantage of every opportunity that we can, of people. To raise ourselves up, we push everyone else down. And that's how society and our culture of being human has sort of come into fruition. That's how it's happening. And it shouldn't be. And now the Odyssey doesn't push that on you. There's no woke bullshit in there that pushes this idea on you. That you have to do this, X, Y, Z. It's such a subtle way of pushing and getting a point across that it doesn't feel forced, that it inspires, that it sort of sways your morals. And that's what I love about films like this. Great films. They sway your morals. They open your eyes to a reality you're not really used to, or things that you're missing, things that you don't see and appreciate and realize. It opens your eyes to that and makes you remember, oh shit, I have to do X, Y, Z. These characters become role models in a subtle way, where you take the behaviors, not sort of the ego of a character. And I love the relevance, and I love the subtle art. I love the subtle art of his films because they're not in your face obvious. You've got to watch the film and digest it and analyze it and sit to try and understand it. But it's not too out of reach. You can be dumb and understand it. You can be dumb and find the realizations, speaking from experience, obviously. But you've got to, you can't just sit there and blank out in a sense. It makes you think, it makes me think. Films like that I love because they make you think. They make you wonder about philosophy and ideas and history in the world. They make me want to research Greek mythology. They make me want to read the book, the poem, they say, the books of the Odyssey. I want to hear the story. I want to go watch Troy. I want to understand more. And there's not many films out there that do that. That create this adventure in your soul, in your inner thoughts. And let's not undervalue or not see the value in this sort of skill of directing and producing this story and showing it. It's a massive story. It's a historical story, and you can do it wrong. And hats off to the guy, because he's smashed it out the fucking park. And if you get the opportunity to watch it, watch it. It's a 3-hour film. How many people can sit down for 3 hours these days? We talk about TikTok and whatnot, shortening the attention span. These sort of things hit harder than a TikTok. Hit harder and sway it into the direction of, I'm gonna spend 3 hours watching this and get value from it and enjoy it and feel this meaning to the full creation. And I think, like I said, if you've got the opportunity to watch it, sit down and watch it again, analyze it, feel it. Or maybe do just watch it on a surface level, because it does show so much value. But don't forget while you're watching it how it was created. The effort that went into it, that's what gives it its value. If you forget that factor, you'll probably say it's an average film. But if you watch things about the behind the scenes and the creation of the story, add more meaning to it, it is a phenomenal film. I can't wait to watch it again. And as time goes on, I'm going to be thinking about it. And these are the arts you want to create. You want to create things where people have to think about it over a couple of days and come back to it and delve into yourself. This is why I don't like these people that create little short content of typical things that are being said. Saying a statement over 30 seconds to grab attention. Sure, entertainment in that way is fine. But something like a 3-hour film with this amount of purpose and effort gone into it, you can't beat that. That won't go away. There's too much meaning in it. But yeah, go check the film out. It's a great film. Phenomenal film. But yeah, peace.